Hi Libra, this tarot reading is called A Case of the Ex. What this tarot reading is for those of you who are still very emotionally hurting over an ex. Maybe you're still confused, maybe you want them back. Some of you may have moved on into new relationships, but you still think about the ex. You might not even want to get back together with them, but you're not fully over your ex somehow, some way. That's what this reading will entail, okay? So if you have an ex, Libra, that is on your mind or on your heart, this reading is for you. So I'm going to draw 3 cards to get the overall energy between the two of you, past, present, and future, but more like October, past, present, and future. So like end of September through October, beginning of November, not really before or after that. Alright, so we have the High Priestess. Very spiritual connection between you and your ex. You know, if towards the end of September, the first part of October, you just started thinking about them a lot, or feeling them, or dreaming about them, with this High Priestess, it's definitely a spiritual connection, like you're receiving information from them. And it's, you know, subconscious, or they could directly be, you know, thinking thoughts deliberately, wishing that you knew them, or vice versa, okay? The next card we have is the Two of Pentacles. So it looks like you or your ex, you're unsure of whether you want this to be over with or maybe get back together. And then this last card here we have is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So that could mean a couple of different things right there. I'm going to pull many more cards, so we'll get lots more information. But I feel as though one or both of you are in a relationship with somebody else at this time. So this here, it's like, do I want to get back with my ex, or do I want to continue on in this new relationship? And I don't know that it's really like there's an offer being made either way, but it's more of what you're contemplating in your own head. Like, you know, is my ex better for me, or is this person that I'm with now better for me? And this could also be what your ex is thinking. But nonetheless, in October, the energy of them is so predominant because of the spiritual tie and connection that you both still share. So I'm going to take a look at your energy specifically first and get a sense of how you're really feeling about your ex. And you may or may not be aware of your emotions, okay? You could be feeling quite confused at this time. Something else, you may have been remaining single in hopes that you and your ex would reconcile, but perhaps in the month of October or at the very end of September, just because this is the 9 here, you found out like your ex is in a relationship with somebody else, like not just seeing somebody else, but like they're legit with somebody else. And so October may be the month where you finally decide to just let the relationship go entirely and move on. I don't see a lot of emotions here, so I feel like this relationship, the Libras I'm reading for, like this is the relationship that ended a while ago, probably. So how does Libra feel about their ex? So this Two of Pentacles, here it is again. So I'm going to say this is really speaking to your energy. I don't think you're quite sure. Again, it's like you're in this holding pattern. Do I stay? Do I go? Followed by the Hanged Man. Okay, so I feel as though these two cards for your energy and how you're feeling about the exes, you are in limbo. You really don't know if you should try to pursue it or stay waiting for them, or if you need to move on. Nonetheless, you do feel restricted from them, unable to move forward. And for some of you, you really could be just in this contemplation mode in the month of October, deeply, like maybe your ex does want to get back together. This would be known prior to this reading, obviously, and maybe you are in contemplation mode and trying to really decide if that is worth it, if it's worth it for you. No matter what, it's like you are weighing your options and making a decision in the month of October about this ex, okay? And I just feel for most of you, it's because you find out that your ex is no longer single and available, like 100%. Just there's something, it's like the final nail in the coffin, okay? Where you're just like, all hope is finally lost. And just with that Two of Pentacles and the Hanged Man, like some of you are already there. But this connection, this spiritual connection, I think might be hard for you to let go of. That's where your hang up is. So I'm going to pull a vintage oracle card to get a sense of, you know, what you're missing about your ex the most, what may be having you so hung up. So with trust coming out, you know, with the spiritual connection, and I don't have like a lot of information, but with trust coming out in the context of the question that I asked, I think that you, with the spiritual connection, like you were able to open yourself up and be vulnerable in a way with your ex that you can't easily achieve with others, or maybe you've never really experienced that with anybody prior to your ex, and that's why you've been waiting around, or, you know, trying to decide what you should really do in regards to your ex. So I'm going to pull a romance angel card to gauge what your true hopes are in regards to your ex. Like, what are you really hoping for? I feel that like you guys had a very stable, practical relationship. Like you guys were definitely friends first. You know, it doesn't mean you weren't great lovers, but I feel like the companionship of them being like your best friend, and just that spiritual connection, because I don't see any Cups cards here. Okay, the only card that really speaks to emotion is that High Priestess, and that's more of like a spiritual thing, intuition, being connected to each other on that level. So I think what you're having the hardest time letting go of is like this person was your best friend, and maybe this was the only person you told everything to, okay? So what are your true hopes and desires? So for you, I get with this card, I really feel that at this point, and that's where this Two of Pentacles comes back into play, you're putting it out to the universe that if your ex is truly your soulmate, you want that relationship to reconcile, or you want a sign that that's who you're supposed to be with. However, the other side of you is kind of at the point where you're like, okay, you know, I'm tired of waiting around. I want to move on. I want to live my life. I don't want to feel restricted or held back anymore. So if there's somebody better for me, send that person in. So Libra, you guys, you're not decided yet in October, I don't feel. At least the beginning of October. I don't feel that you're decided on whether or not you're going to keep waiting around for your ex, or if you're going to move on. You know, I think the reason why this is such a prominent thing in October for you is there may be another opportunity, like a new person, a new person like you could date or that you have started kind of seeing. And that's what's put you in this space where you really need to decide what you want to do. Do you want to keep hanging around in the past, or hoping that you and your ex reconcile, even though you're feeling completely held back and restricted from them? Or, you know, do you want to give this new person a chance and move forward? Because since there are no cups here, again, I feel like you are in a place where you could emotionally move on and open up to somebody new. But it's your choice, and October is really highlighting that for you. So now I'm going to look at their energy and how they really feel about you, your ex. So they are coming out as the Five of Cups reversed. And I hate to say this, Libra, but when this card is reversed, this is the energy of somebody who's moving on and moving forward. If it would have come out upright, I would say they're missing you very much and perhaps really regretting how things ended if they were the cause. But coming out upright, it's like they've moved on emotionally. They're healed. Yep. Oh my God. Look at this. Here's the next card. So, Eight of Cups. Moving on. It's upright. If it was reversed, they're coming back. Upright, they're moving on. So, Libra, if you've been questioning whether or not they have moved on, that they're over you, you know, because we never fully get over anybody. That's, you know, let's just be real. We don't. But we all get to a place where you can function and live life and move on and find happiness and love again, and all is well, okay? Even if ever so often there's a little ache in your heart. But the way your ex feels, they are over it. They have moved on, or they feel that that is how you feel about them. But I don't really get that, the sense of that, because you're the one that's kind of in flux. So I think they're over it, Libra. So if you have an opportunity for somebody else, I would definitely pursue that. What they miss about you. I think they miss the friendship that you miss. Just this energy right here, this High Priestess energy. There's an element to you that brought them peace and serenity and made them feel safe and secure. And just based on the depiction of this card, for some of you, this could be your baby mama that is your ex, okay? Or this could be the father of your child, but there was like a completeness they felt with you. And they do miss that, even though they've moved on and, you know, let go. And, you know, they're emotionally healed. When they think of you, this is the energy in which they remember you and what you bring to them. So that's actually really beautiful, Libra. Now, what they hope for when it comes to you and them. Let's see. I'm going to pull a romance angel. Okay, so these three cards popped out as I was shuffling. So I'm going to just take all three. So we have flirt, let go of control issues, and children. So I don't feel like these are related to each other, giving one particular message. I feel as though since this is a general message, the three different things came out, you know, since you all have different exes and whatnot. For some, your ex definitely enjoys, like, you know, occasionally if you send them a flirty text or a good morning or, you know, something like that. Like, that's just as heavy as they want the energy to be, because the message on this card says expand your lighthearted energy to others. So what they really hope for with you is a much lighter, easier energy where maybe you guys can find some form of normalcy and maybe be friends again someday. Okay, so for some of you, that's, you know, what they desire when it comes to you. Now, for others, let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally. If you've really been hanging on to your ex and really trying to push them towards a reconciliation or whatever, this is them wishing that you would just let go, okay? That you would just let them go, you would let the relationship go, and if you guys are supposed to be back together, trust that the universe will make that happen. And if not, well, right now is just not the right time, at least not for them. Their cups are empty. They have moved on, okay? So for some of them, what they wish for the relationship is that you would also let go and just let things be as they are, okay? And then lastly, we have children. So like I said, some of you, this ex is the mother or father of your child, and what they hope for with the relationship is that you guys, again, can establish normalcy and peace and kindness with each other for the sake of the children. All right. So in like all of the cards talking about your ex's energy, I do not see any inclination that they want to get back together with you. And, you know, since this is general, obviously that is not going to apply for everybody. But, you know, if you have this ex that just seems to be playing games with you all the time, okay, chances are they're just trying to get out of you what they can still get out of you, and you really need to let that go. I don't know. It just seems like they've moved on, okay? And that's, like, I guess what you need to hear, because you are still waiting around, but it's time for you to move on. It's okay for you to move on with somebody new. So what I'm going to do now is pull 3 outcome and advice cards, and I want you guys to pick only one card combination that you feel most drawn to. And the reason for this is, again, this is a general reading, so the outcomes and energies will be different for all of you. And so I just want to make this even more personalized. So from what I was seeing, I don't really see a reconciliation. I don't. And I have to give it to you straight, Libra, like I see it in the cards. You know, it's better to rip the Band-Aid off than to pull it off slowly. So, and we have all been there. So I'm going to pull you 3 different advice or outcome and advice cards. I'm going to pull your outcome card from the Syrian Starseed deck, and I'm going to pull your advice card from the Indigo Angels deck, okay? And then I gotta shuffle the other deck, so just give me a minute. Okay, so Libra, here is, jacked up the camera. Here is the first card combination for outcome and advice. Here is the second card combination for outcome and advice. And lastly, here is the third card combination for outcome and advice. Now, decide which of these three card combinations you are most drawn to. I truly believe this is a personal message from the universe to you about your specific situation to help you and guide you and help you come into this final decision about finally letting this relationship go. So if you need a minute to decide which, card combination you are most drawn to, go ahead and pause the video. Otherwise, I am going to start with the first card combination. I'm gonna just put this out here. So you guys received the Seven of Crystals. Basically what this is telling me, along with you are understood. Okay, so to me, you're gonna be waiting forever. If you drew this card combination, what the universe is saying to you is, listen, we hear you. I know that you really cared about this person. You really thought this, was the person. Like, I hear you. You're understood. That's why you and this person aren't getting back together, okay? Because this person is not the best one for you. And the Seven of Crystals is the Seven of Pentacles. It's like you're going to be waiting forever. Okay, you're not yielding anything from the efforts that you've already put in. So if you were attracted to this card combination number one, your message is, it's just let it go. Let it go. It doesn't mean you guys are broken up forever, but at least in October or even through the end of the year, I just don't see any sort of reconciliation, okay? And just let it go, because like I said, I feel as though you guys have a new opportunity, and it's forced you to face your feelings and emotions about the ex and the fact that you still haven't let it go and you have hope, and now you have to make a decision. And if you drew this, it's time to let the ex go, okay? So let's move on to the second pairing of cards. Wow. So if you chose this, the second pairing of card combination, we have the Ace of Cups paired with the Stay card. Wow. Okay, so this is a very opposite message of those who were attracted to card combination one. If you were attracted to card combination number two, for me, I really feel like this is saying there is an opportunity for another beginning for you guys. This is the Ace of Cups. This is the love card. This is a brand new start. And with the Stay card as your advice, this is saying, even though things look grim and whatever, don't let go. Hold on, stick around, and stay. So I feel those of you who were drawn to this card combination, most likely the relationship ended because of something that your ex did, and your ex really wants to reconcile with you, okay? So you will know if that resonates with you or not. But that's what I'm really feeling about this card combination is they fucked up and they really want a second chance with you, and you kind of already know that. And just this coming out, I feel like it, it would be a good thing, okay? I just thought I would pull another card to verify that, and I got the Nine of Cups, wish come true. So if that speaks to you, give them another chance. Like, I feel that's what the universe is saying here. Really give them another chance, okay? Now, I don't feel as though this speaks so much to those of you who have been like super pining and waiting around for your ex. But again, this is general, so everybody is going to have a different outcome. And if you were attracted to this, maybe if you just hang in there a little bit longer, you know, you will have this chance at a new beginning with your ex. So congratulations to you guys that chose card combination number 2. Holy cow. That could not have been a better pairing between the two decks, honestly, of like a huge message of saying, yes, there's a second chance here. Yes, stick around, okay? Like, that was just beautiful to me. So if you were attracted to card combination number 3, you have your outcome as the Master of Orbs, which this would be the King of Swords, and this definitely speaks to your suit of Libra. You are safe. Now, with this card combination, this is an interesting outcome for me. I'm trying to... this, to me, is an ungiven answer. The universe isn't giving you an answer of outcome. This is the universe saying, look, you already know. You need to use your logic, your intellect, your intuition, your life experience to make your decision. And you are safe in doing that. So if you're always like praying or, you know, looking into tarot card readings for advice or whatever, the universe is saying this decision you're making about, you know, letting go of the ex and moving on with somebody new, this is a decision you're going to have to come to all within yourself without any advice from anybody else. And you've got to think logically. Like, you've got to use your head and not your heart in thinking about the ex, okay? And you'll recognize that you're okay. You're okay on your own. You're okay being single. You're okay moving on with somebody else. Like, you're just going to come to this conclusion that you're better off. You're going to see everything for what it truly was, okay? So if you chose card combos 1 or 3, I don't see any reconciliation really, or getting back together, at least not through 2017. Now, if you chose card combination number 2, on the other hand, that is a very beautiful pairing of energy and cards, and you guys definitely may be able to, you know, work this out and get back together. So that's what I have for you guys. For those of you who have a case of the ex, I am sorry, you know, I wish all of you guys could get back with the one that you love, but I think for the majority of you, it's time to move on, and you kind of already know that. And there's somebody else that wants to be with you. So you need to give them an opportunity, and maybe go look at, watch the Flirt Scope video for Libras to gain more information about what they bring to the table and what your compatibility is with them, okay? So have a very beautiful month, Libra. Take care.